Padme should have lived. In Revenge of the Sith, she dies in childbirth from heartbreak. Or maybe Sith magic, who can say? But I think if she had access to the Bacta stations that Republic Commandos use, nothing could ever kill her. It works for the Commandos anyway. Mostly. The thing is, if she couldn't use the Bacta, then in honor of her, Delta Squad of the Republic Commando game won't be allowed to either. Also, in honor of this comment suggesting the challenge, which I thank you for that, the only healing allowed is reviving each other when downed, as there's no getting anywhere without that. I did not know until informed otherwise that Republic Commando has difficulty settings, so unlike my no shooting challenge, this one shall be played on hard. Let's see if we can avoid dying from heartbreak or under a hail of gunfire. Despite spending the last 10 years of life training for this, I must still learn how to use a healing station regardless of what I wish. At least it happens before any real combat begins, so I'm going to miss it right away when I have the bright idea to stab an explosive crate. I did this last time I was here, and I figured I'd be fine. Still, not a very smart idea, admittedly, but it's nice to see changing the difficulty to hard means there are actual consequences with half my health gone. And by nice, of course I mean not nice at all. We're still at the start though, meaning gathering my squad, consisting of Scorch, Fixer, and Sev, isn't much trouble despite my goof. Even taking out the Geonosian leader a moment later is simple as can be, but it's when we descend into the underground caverns that things heat up. God, to be the guy who dies and leaves ammo for the main characters. What a lucky fella.
Wait, looks like a good place for a little sniper action.
Are they burning to death? I think he's just doing a funny little dance. Yeah, see, he's fine. Well, he's not fine anymore, but he was fine. Just gotta go, just gotta move. I was wrong, I shouldn't have just moved.
Don't panic,
You son of a gun! I'll see you in hell! Slowly! Oh, we lost Fixer, we lost me. Everyone's dead. Die, you darn dirty bug! You know what? I'm sorry for what I said. I apologize. Hey, how you doing, Scorch? I'm not doing so well myself. Hey, you got me up just in time, too. See you guys later. Never mind. Most games take their time and work up to the hardest enemies, but Republic Commando thinks happiness is overrated and wants me to understand that war is hell. So that means the Geonosian flying beam troopers appear right away and wipe away our health like a spilled liquid in a paper towel commercial. I noted in my no shooting run how this Bacta station makes such a massive difference to surviving this nightmare, so it's just great that I can't use it. Trying to revive each other usually just leads to a train of dropping commandos, and worst thing of all, when I finally manage to snipe the beam trooper, a second one pops in to halt any premature celebrations. Victory comes when Sev decides that this is taking too long and actually lives up to his reputation, sniping through the beam troopers in rapid succession, aided by a couple revives by me, so that we can finally blow through the bug's barricades and continue our mission. Even better, the game has the kindness to heal me when we move into the next area, but don't worry, I immediately waste all my health by charging recklessly into the next fight. That will teach the game to do such a nice thing for me. The one thing they really don't tell you when they put you in charge is how much time you're gonna have to spend stabbing your own men. They're addicted to the Bacta and keep trying to sneak some heals in, which I just can't allow. They completely ignore me when I try to order them away, so I take a tough love approach that would get me court-martialed in any other situation. I'm just stabbing them back down to the health they should have before they healed. It's nothing too violent. They must know my stabs come from a place of love, because they're still good about reviving me, which is often needed every 2 seconds. Well, when they're actually able to, because the Geonosian swarms often make it nigh impossible to get any of us back up, which really hurts since the game had just auto-healed us all the way up to full health, only for it to mean nothing. Uh-oh. I can't be trusted with grenades! Really? Had to shut the door right then? That sucks for us, doesn't it, guys? Well, don't get all shocked on me. How about you get 6-2 up? Never mind, you take a nap. Scorch, you actually have to fire back. That's a little trick. I don't know if they ever taught you in your 10 years of training. Sev, I don't think I'm very good at my job, and I think you should be the new commander. Never mind. I think we're just gonna die. After dying tons to the seemingly endless swarms, I decided it would be a genius idea to abandon my team and try to race past all the foes. Yeah, no, that strategy is as stupid as it sounds and most certainly does not work. Once again, the only way we progress is when Sev gets tired of losing and decides to carry the team to victory by just refusing to die, no matter what. Which I will say, that's an effective way to win, since the Geonosians fail to think of the same strategy. Of course, he then ruins the good mood by trying to heal, but nothing a little friendly shivving can't fix. Droids alone, without bug help, are painful, for sure, but nothing that this squad can't handle with lots of grenade lobbing and stabbings. Every single win is hard-earned, as the waves of droids and Geonosians together keeps proving to be too much for my team. If I didn't stay on the move and frankly get really lucky avoiding all the incoming attacks, then we wouldn't be getting out of here. But for once, I am lucky, and we finally escaped this droid bunker. My bad, 07, I wonder how that happened. Somebody stabbed Sev for me. Uh-oh. Well, that took care of that.
Boss, hold on to your guts while I rip out theirs.
That's such a cool line, Sev. You're getting promoted for that line alone. Yeah! Eat firepower, droids! Ha 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 ha! This isn't doing much, but it's cool. My main worry smashing through the rest of the droid line, including a spider tank, has nothing to do with the droids and everything to do with keeping my men off their medical drugs. I can't go 2 minutes without one of them trying to heal up and me needing to stab them. Funny enough, it reminds me of my short stint as a volunteer nurse. Good job, team. Nobody's healing, right? Fixer, are you kidding me? I look away for 1 second. Break the addiction, man. You know, Sev, after stabbing all of you guys, I don't feel very comfortable with you pointing your gun right at me. Okay. I get a short break from stabbing my allies when we split up to sabotage this capital separatist ship, and I gotta say, despite a couple deaths, it is quite nice to not have to worry about babysitting my men. Though it is good to get Sev's help because somebody needs to babysit me with my constant dying. I think I might have stabbed Sev a little too hard, because the next moment when I order him to blow up this droid deployer, he keeps tapping away, but the seconds on the explosive never go down. I'm just glad this is a one-time issue, or I'd fear that there'd be actual consequences to stabbing my men. And we can't have that, can we? As Scorch remarks, the next time we blow up a ship, let's make sure we're off of it first. We have 5 minutes to punch our way through fierce droid resistance in order to get to their bridge, download some codes for who knows what reason, which will take an entire minute to do, all the while the ship is tearing apart and everyone is trying to kill us. It's a fun time for sure. I really learned to love my droid popper grenades as they both tear apart the droids and, very importantly, they stun them, meaning I'm not being shot quite as much, which I hear is rather essential in the staying alive part of life. When I fall regardless, Sev stops hacking to revive me, which is less than great since we have less than 30 seconds to get off this ship before it blows, and that hack has to be done. I feel bad since Sev falls a moment later, and with so little time left, I'm forced to ignore him, sit on top of him to finish the hack myself, and book it, abandoning my fallen soldiers. I may not be receiving a mug that says World's Best Boss, but when I escape with a second left, not even to spare, I stand by my decisions. Sev and Fixer seem fine anyway next time I see them, unless these are clones of, well, those clones. But I can't tell. So, potato, potato, right? A far cry from the desert hell of Geonosis, it's time to investigate a Republic ghost ship and find out what happened to it.
But you're here now, so no need for that, eh?
Look
Thanks
out.
for the rescue.
Oh gosh. He was 2 weeks from retirement. How's the war going for you, pal? Not great, I see. Theoretically investigate it anyway, as I struggle to make it past the first 5 minutes, since I keep getting attacked by small flying tasers that melt my health. Without any friends to revive me and whisper words of encouragement in my ear, I just keep going down. The value of repeat loss, though, is learning where all the droids spawn and killing them quickly before they can do anything. Now I can reunite with Sev. Well, that doesn't give me a lot of confidence. Hey, Sev, you look just out of reach for something horrible to happen to you. But I'm sure that won't happen.
Hold on. Got some static here.
Well, I've been wrong before. With Sev taking a little nap, I'm still stuck on my own against more tasers and their Trandoshan knife-loving masters. But now I have a shotgun, so I'm pretty happy with my odds. Onwards to save as many clones as I can while I search for my squad. Alright, I'm just gonna have to play it really, really safe, because I'm already pretty much dead. Oh, I blew myself up. That's the least safe option I could have gone with.
Fall back. Yes, sir.
Watch out!
Delta, they're using...
I won them.
Remember, better not let them take over the turrets.
Good, I changed the turrets so they won't kill you guys anymore. You guys hear the good news? I made sure the turrets won't shoot you anymore. The quiet type, eh? No shame in that. Shotguns and grenades make light work of any Trandoshan attacks until I can reach these corridors where I'll spend the next 20 deaths at. It turns out trying to fight groups of ambushing Trandoshans and flying tasers is not the best idea when you share the same health state as a small Victorian child working 20-hour days in a coal mine. Lots of cover, grenades, some sniping, and my old frenemy, luck, is the only way I can get through this and finally reach Fixer, so I'm not alone anymore. I just can't be trusted on my own. Thankfully, Sev is an easy save, especially when the big minigunner they sent to stop us doesn't quite understand how walls work. Give me 1 second, buddy. Well, they make these Trandoshans strong, but they don't make them bright, do they? It's really disappointing, though, when I fall a moment later killing a blade-wielding slaver, but my 2 commandos, highly trained commandos, can't kill his singular friend. Is it possible to both love and hate my friends at the same time? Because I'm making it possible right this instant. Despite there being way more enemies between us and rescuing Scorch, this is actually the easiest part of the mission, since my men excel when placed in sniper positions, of which there are plenty, and the Trandoshan shotguns aren't too useful in these long hallways. At least for my enemies, anyway. Now that the squad is back together, the Trandoshan mercenaries aren't much trouble, and it isn't hard to wrestle control of the ship back from them. My team causes me more issue than my enemies do, in fact. I hate you guys so much. Worst team ever. The major issue I keep facing is how little ammo there is, and usually I only have ammo for the shotgun, severely limiting my options. Little ammo, but lots of grenades, and more importantly, hardy commandos to throw at my foes. When a separatist invasion force seeks to counterattack and take the ship, it is surprisingly simple to stop them since there are so many explosives to use. Unfortunately, this does mean they go with Plan B, which is usually my Plan A, which is to blow up the ship, and now we have to race through heavy droid resistance and auto turret fire within 5 minutes if we're going to stop it from happening to us. That is 2 ships in a row where we are about to blow up on, and that is not a trend I'd like to continue. That's how my uncle died after all, and I'd like to not follow in his footsteps. The fighting is incredibly intense here, especially with my low ammo count, and the auto turrets tear through my paper-like armor. Only repeated retreats for more ammo and grenades, plus extremely, excruciatingly slow advancement, am I able to break through and begin arming the ship's guns to fire back on the Separatists. From there, it's a lot of boop, beep, boop, boopity beep, and not really any shooting. A normal commando would have this done in 3 seconds, but instead, each computer takes a minute for me, because I have no clue what I'm doing. I never paid attention in training, and I just keep tapping the same few buttons on repeat. Regardless, it does work, the droids are destroyed, and the ship is saved. Now it's time for the final mission of Kashyyyk, as the commandos infiltrate Trandoshan in Separatist camps to save the Wookiee leader Tarful and turn the tide of battle. That is, if we can survive being ambushed. Which we don't. Oh, Sev, what happened? Oh, the same thing that's happening to me, I see.
Commandos.
This was a great ambush, gotta say, top-notch ambush. I'm pretty sure we're all dead. A good commando never quits, though. A great commando would have done it right the first time, so I'll stick to being just good. Maybe even less than good when I spend a couple minutes on the ground watching Sev fist fight a Trandoshan elite with neither of them getting anywhere. If I didn't just reload to the last checkpoint, I suspect we would have been there till the very collapse of the universe. At this point, the fighting is so constant and without relief that every fight I go down and am left hoping my allies can get me back up before they too fall. We're all teetering on the edge of death, and our enemies are more than happy to push.
Heading for cover. Watch out, it's a trap.
You don't say.
You got a visual on a landing pad.
I see him. Hi, Grievous.
Damn.
What is his armor made out of? That's plot armor, all right. When we do reach Tarful, we need to protect him from Grievous's Magna Guards, and I really don't remember these guys being so difficult before. They are not interested in dying, and are barely fazed by our attacks. All the while, they dish out quite a bit of pain themselves, which is really bad, since Tarful, the Wookiee we need to keep alive, isn't interested in backing off, and while he has lots of health too, it's not quite enough. The Republic must be really disappointed in me for his loss, because they don't even let me reload to checkpoint, and I'm stuck staring at a white screen. Maybe this is heaven. Well, whatever it is, it's a tad too boring for me, so I'll just have to force a restart. The second attempt to defend Tarful goes slightly better than the first, but only in the regard that we kill both the elite droids, except Tarful still dies in the very last heartbeat. No, Tarful! Literally, it was at the same time. No, Tarful's alive. He's fine. Tarful? Come on. Just move around. Look, he's moving. No problem. He's not dead.
Command appreciates this.
Did they just Suicide Squad us? Despite Command killing us for our failure, it seems the game shows us mercy and doesn't restart us from the last checkpoint, allowing us to move onwards. I guess killing us was enough of a punishment. Works for me. There's nothing like starting the next section with full health and losing it all under 20 seconds thanks to a couple taser droids. To think I'm putting up with all this suffering because a crazy, power-hungry old dude is playing chess with himself and the galaxy is his chessboard? But I guess that's war in general, am I right? Oh well. Back to the senseless shooting and trauma bonding with my fellow soldiers. It's a good day to die for the Republic! For democracy! That's a lot cooler than saying, for a corrupt government that really should have fallen long ago! Ah! The fight to take this bridge from the Separatist forces is especially tough, as by this point, the game is dropping endless waves of super battle droids backed by cannon support. They also leave lots of medical stations nearby in order to balance things out, but obviously that's a balance I don't get to enjoy. Instead, I'll have to order my men to their deaths in trying to stop the droid's deployment, while I lay down a very weak layer of cover fire that often ends badly for all of us. Well, not the droids. Only by sniping the key enemies and making my allies make ample use of grenade and sniper positions themselves am I able to just barely overcome the droids. Just for that to be followed up by the worst fight of the game. We need to secure these supply crates while waves of super battle droids endlessly deploy, combined with waves of Trandoshans, all while we are on minimum health, which is barely doable. The much less likely to do part is that getting too close to the super battle droid deployer will trigger a swarm of Geonosian beam troopers to fly in, and the moment they do, my entire team is wiped out. It's like someone called Order 66 on us with how sudden it is. There were more than enough painful problems for us. Who decided that the hardest enemies in the game needed to pop in and make us suffer? Is someone trying to turn me to the dark side or something? It's a half hour of pain that feels like 2 hours with the dozens of deaths that I rack up here as I struggle to survive the droids in the bugs. My team never survives, but you know who does? Tarful. I don't know how the guy is alive, but he is, and he's invincible while he provides us with cannon support. Pulling back, I let him take the brunt of the fire while I provide sniper cover, and with a little luck, that frees me from all this pain. My children's children will still be whispering of Tarful's greatness far into the future, and I shall never, ever forget his greatness. While I can say that it gets easier going forward, it is never easy, and rarely does a fight go by without half my squad, including me, in fact, mostly me, falling. Every inch of ground we take is hard-earned, and most definitely covered in my blood. There's never a point where I'm not low on ammo, and there's certainly never a point where I feel confident about my chances, but press on we do. What are we gonna go do? Hang out with Tarful? Actually, that sounds like a great idea, but that's not what we do. We'd probably fall a lot less often if my men revived me from cover, like I do for them, but they're just too damn noble for that to cross their minds. My beautiful, brave, very stupid, dumb brothers in arms. It does make me feel a little bad when I catch them in the crossfire. In the end, after hours spent fighting our way through all the droid and Trandoshan defenses on this agonizing planet, the last bit of defenses aren't too much trouble. Mainly because I know I'm in the endgame and use every explosive and bit of ammo I have available. One by one, my men take their places in cannons to fire on the Separatist ship above us, and every one that leaves me does make it a bit harder for me to advance. Much like life, I suppose. Oh, great. Why do I do these things to myself? Oh my lordy! They're gonna fill that on Coruscant. Are you kidding me? I was worried about the tank killing me, not the entire game crashing. Well, it's always the enemy you don't see. This whole challenge has been a series of endless setbacks, so I'm used to it, and I won't be halted for long. I will be halted, though, many times, because it's so easy to one-shot me with how little health I have. Just not for long. Once again, grenades save the day, I make it to my own cannon, and my team can finally blow up a ship without being in it, proving that we can in fact learn our lesson. If only Sev lived to see it, but sadly, he's missing in action. Hopefully, he just took an early retirement as the best commando in this unit. Remember, if there's no death scene, then they're not really dead, right? Heck, sometimes, even if there is a death scene, they're still not dead. Huzzah! After 8 hours, 29 minutes, and 112 deaths, far more dying than in my no shooting challenge, I can say that yes, it is possible, but very painful to beat Republic Commando without healing. Thank you very much for the recommendation, and thank you all very much for watching. I I truly hope it was enjoyable. I'm off to Star Wars Taco Bell with the lads in order to celebrate them breaking their addiction to Bacta. We'll eat a burrito or 3 in Sev's name. Remember, if the Force isn't with you, don't fret. Your squad will always be with you. See you later, friends.